Madden Taylor goes home to make it Paradise Panthers 8. Pilot Point Bearcats 0. Cash Watson gets a big hit to the right side of the foul line. Welcome into NTX Varsity Sports. We're covering Paradise Panther baseball. Cash Watson gets a hit. Sends Hogan Henderson home, who sends number 26 Carter Mara home. Cash Watson with the 10th run of the night. That's going to send this game over early, I believe. At the end of this, we have number 4, Camden Walker at home plate. Cash Watson with a leadoff of first. Cash Watson with a double RBI there. Almost gets in a pickle. A big error there by Pilot Point. The pitcher, number 4, throws it to number 10, the first baseman. A little too hard, bounces out of his glove, and allows Cash Watson to steal second base. Camden Walker now with a .460 batting average. 29 hits, 23 RBIs, and 8 doubles on the season. Takes a pitch high, doesn't like it. It's a ball. A reminder that we're now at the bottom of the third, where Paradise has scored 5 runs in the bottom of the third alone. Cash Watson now trying to steal third base, but Camden Walker hits a foul. That's going to result in Cash Watson having to make the long walk back to second. We're here in Paradise. Thank you for joining us tonight. Good evening to everyone. Welcome back to NTX Varsity Sports. If you joined us for the softball broadcast, I hope you enjoyed it. Welcome to the baseball broadcast. The reason you might be tuning in to this and wondering why did they pick it up at the bottom of the third, at the start of the bottom of the third, well, that would be because the ladies softball team had an incredible evening, took their game into extra innings at the last second, the bottom of the 7th, to come back and win it all in the bottom of the 9th. We picked this baseball game up in the bottom of the third, where the Panthers have been truly electric. They've had multiple batters up to bat with 2 outs left or 2 outs with 1 out left, and they have not conceded that last out yet. Camden Walker is at bat with 2 balls, 1 strike. Cash Watson on second. Here's a big hit. Cash Watson gets to third. Camden Walker goes to first, but Cash Watson then runs home. That's an RBI for Camden Walker. It looked like a communication error there from the third baseman. The third baseman, instead of sending it home, sends it to the first baseman trying to get Camden Walker out. And instead, it resulted in a run from Cash Watson. Your score now, Paradise Panther baseball 11. Pilot Point Bearcats, nothing. Number 10, Jake Ryan showing bunt. Allows Camden Walker to steal second base. Jake Ryan was the batter we started the bottom of the third with. We've gone all the way through the lineup here in the bottom of the third inning, where the Panthers have scored 6 runs thus far. Jake Ryan with a .467 average, a .615 on-base percentage, takes his first strike. Jake Ryan has 21 hits, 16 RBIs on the season. He's one of the most consistent hitters on this roster. Jake Ryan's pitch is away. And the Pilot Point pitcher is thrown back to second base, trying to get Camden Walker to politely return to his bag. Just a few moments ago, we had a mound visit where we had to ask ourselves what Pilot Point could be talking about. And I think the question is, how do you stop a train? There's an error by shortstop on Jake Ryan's hit, and he is called out.
Senior Austin Ryan, Miss Vineyard, as his honored educator.
And that's going to bring us...
One of the things that Austin feels Miss Vineyard is special is that she does a lot of intriguing labs, which is something he had never had. Austin
to the top.
Miss Vineyard. Austin shares
Going to bring us to the top of the fourth.
The hardest classes I took in high school. It was still enjoyable to learn about the body, even if it was through animals such as dissecting pigs. Thank you, Miss Vineyard, for everything you do. Junior Gage Broken wants to recognize intermediate librarian Brenda Hanley. One thing that makes Brenda special is she is always at sporting events, supporting the athletes.
Now, we do have to play 5 full innings here. Rather 4.5, as Paradise is the home team. So I think we have to get through this next inning, and Paradise has to be leading by 10 at the end of it for that to be the end of the ball game. I think I might have misspoke earlier. But the question I think that you were having to, imagine that Pilot Point was asking themselves as they took that mound visit not too long ago was, how do you stop a moving train that doesn't want to be stopped? How do you stop a baseball team that refuses to quit? And how do you stand in the way of 2025 to 2026 Paradise Panther athletics? And I think that's the question a lot of teams here in Class 3A Division I have had to ask themselves all year. Paradise is becoming a problem, not just for their district, not just for their region, but for the entire Class 3A Division I program. And I think we're seeing that continue to be a trend here tonight. Number 1 for Pilot Point, Garrett Evans steps up to the plate. Evans, with a batting average of a .298 and a .459 on-base percentage, has 14 hits and 11 runs on the season. Evans on strike 1. The count is now 1 strike, 1 ball. Evans is the patient hitter of this Pilot Point lineup. Gets a hit down the first base line, is fair straight to number 7, Madden Taylor, who promptly tags the bag and gets him out. That's going to be the first out of the top of the fourth.
Number 7, Eft.
Now batting for Pilot Point is number 7, Lane Eft, who has a .270 batting average and a .357 on-base percentage for the Pilot Point Bearcats. He has 10 hits and 8 runs on the season. Gets a piece of it there. That piece of it sends it into the net, which is going to cause him to have his first strike. So the count now is 1-1 for Lane Eft. Watches a pitch. Gets complimented, says he's got a good eye there for not swinging at that one. I think I might have. And count now 2-1. Gets a hit, sails, lands in the right part of center field. Lane F now gets the first. Now batting for the Pilot Point Bearcats is number 5, Riley Scholl. Scholl with a .333 batting average on the season and a .482 on-base percentage, has 14 hits and 10 RBIs. Riley Scholl here looking to keep the Bearcats alive. The Paradise Panthers looking to end tonight early. It's a battle of wills here where Pilot Point faces the number 1 team, the Paradise Panthers. One must, give a compliment to Superintendent Gibson and Athletic Director Tommy Cook for this 2025-26 season. A deep playoff run from football and volleyball. A deep playoff run from girls basketball and a state championship in boys basketball. Now, the number 3 Lady Panther softball team upsets number 2 Whitesboro Bearcats in a deep, grit-filled game that they refuse to quit. And your boys baseball team is ranked number 1 in district. So compliments, I think, have been earned for the Paradise Panther administration and their students. Looking to continue this year strong. Is number 3, Colton Walker, on the mound. We've seen a lot of... I'm being corrected there. My poor eyesight at night. No, yeah, it is number on the mound, number 3. Yeah. Yeah, number 3, Colton Walker on the mound. We've seen some good success for him this season so far. He's a really strong pitcher here in Paradise. Number 5, Riley Scholl strikes out, which is going to be Pilot Point's first out of the inning. Now up to bat is number 3, Trey Mitchell, who sends one deep into right field, sails wide into the foul zone, and bounces on the right side of the foul line. So that's going to be a strike 1 for a foul ball. Trey Mitchell has a .231 batting average on the season, a .415 on-base percentage with 10 runs. Tonight, I'm Parker Burrows with NTX Varsity Sports, a worldwide ranch production, and I'm super stoked to be here broadcasting from the Barefoot Pools Broadcast Table. We cannot be at either baseball game tonight, or baseball or softball game tonight, broadcasting to you without all of our sponsors, including Barefoot Pools, the Barn at 12 Acres Ranch, Wise Choice Custom Meats, JDS, James Wood Motors, the IV Lounge in Boyd, and Tom's Pool Service. Thank you to all of our incredible sponsors. Thank you to our partnership with the Paradise Booster Club. We're stoked to be here, coming to you live from the Barefoot Pools Broadcast Table, where we're looking for a Colton Walker Tom's Pool Service strikeout. And there's strike 2 from Walker. No, strike 3. And there it is. There is our Tom's Pool Service strikeout from Walker, which is going to send us to the bottom of the 4th, which is going to make it, if I'm correct, I thought that would be the ball game. But I guess we got to play this 4th inning out to send it to the 5th. I must have misread that rule book. I got it pulled up in front of me, and it said a game ends if a team is 10 or more runs ahead after 5 innings of play, or 4.5 if the home team is ahead. So I think technically the game could be over, but it's not.
Casey says Coach Gates inspires her students with dedication, energy, and a true passion for helping others succeed. She goes above and beyond to support and motivate everyone she teaches, making a lasting impact.
We're going to play, I think, a half more inning, maybe an inning and a half here. And we're gonna enjoy some Paradise Panther baseball. Again, if you're just tuning in and wondering, why we picked it up at the top of the 3rd, the easy answer to that question is because of how awesome the Paradise Lady Panther softball team is and how quickly they're able to come back, or not quickly necessarily, but how they're able to battle back and beat the Whitesboro Lady Bearcats. Up to bat now is number 5, Aiden Alalde. Alalde with his first strike. Alolde has a batting average of a 500 with 27 hits, 27 RBIs, and a 578 on-base percentage. He gets another hit here. It sails to shortstop. He makes it and is called out at first.
Now batting number 13, Noah Acey.
That was a hard run there by Alolde. At the bottom of the fourth, the bottom of the third, rather, sorry. We went all the way through the Paradise batting lineup, and now we're back here at the bottom of the fourth, back with Noah Acey. Acey now on the pitch. What a season he's had with a 333 batting average and a 500 on-base percentage, 7 hits, 3 RBIs. He's a reliable middle of the lineup hitter here. I think he added to that RBI total there at the bottom of the third. And here we are in the bottom of the fifth. Acey. An outside pitch from the Pilot Point pitcher. Acey sees it, doesn't like it. And they count 1-0. An inside pitch there from Pilot Point's pitcher makes it 2-0. 3-0 rather. The scoreboard out here on the field is a pitch behind, it seems. So we're 3-0. Outside pitch there sends Noah Acey to first on a walk.
Now batting number 7, Madden Taylor.
Now batting for Paradise. You heard it on the speakers, number 7, Madden Taylor. Madden Taylor, your first baseman, with a 333 batting average, a 619 on-base percentage, steps into the box. A wide outside pitch there from the pitcher. Madden Taylor, so far this year, with 4 RBIs. He's an extremely disciplined hitter. He messes with pitchers, forces them into mistakes, and we might have seen that already. There's another outside. Noah Acey steals second, slides, and is safe. Nicely done by Acey to hustle his way down to second. And Madden Taylor here with 1 ball, no strikes. Or I guess 2 balls rather. 2 balls, no strikes. Gets a big hit, sends it to center field. Caught by the center fielder, forces Noah Acey to stay at second. That's out number 2 for the Panthers.
Number 18, Hogan Henderson.
Now batting is the freshman, the man himself, the basketball state champion, Hogan Henderson. Hogan Henderson with a season average of a 250 batting average, 5 RBIs, 2 hits, and a 400 on-base percentage. Here's Henderson. Takes strike 1. Henderson is productive. He drives in runs when needed and is a role player with an upside. He's young. He's learning lessons from his seniors on the team. He finds a pitch that he likes and swings, sends a ground ball to the left field. Noah Acey coming to home, makes it home. Hogan Henderson is overthrown at first, decides to stay at first.
Now batting number 2, Cash Lander.
That's another RBI. Another RBI for Hogan Henderson on the evening. Next up to bat in this lineup is number 2, Cash Lander. Cash Lander with a runner on first. Sees the mission in front of him. Lander has to wait. The pitcher there throws to the first baseman, asking Hogan Henderson to please return to his bag. That's something we've seen from this Paradise Panther. There's another pitch to another throw to the first baseman, asking Hogan Henderson to return to his bag. This Paradise Panther offense can mess with pitchers' heads. They've done it all season long as they take massive leadoffs and dare the pitcher to try to get them out. Cash Lander takes a pitch. Hogan Henderson decides to stay at first. But for reference of how good and how well this Paradise Panther baseball team can mess with a pitcher's mind, on Tuesday night in Pilot Point, the Pilot Point pitcher threw 6 consecutive throws to first base, asking Cash Lander to return to his bag. Now at bat is Cash Lander. Hogan Henderson does steal second. And we're here in Paradise, where Paradise Panthers lead 12-0. There's a reason the Paradise Panthers are #1 in the district right now. Cash Lander at bat, ready for the pitch. And it's hit to the pitcher, who runs down and gives a little toss over to the first baseman, which is going to end this 4th inning.
Rafe shares that Miss Hagen is always kind and helpful and always patient with everyone, even Cash Lander. Rafe's favorite memory of her,
which is going to send us to the top of the 5th, where I think Paradise is working the dirt. The Pilot Point defense is having a meeting with their coach. But again, I think the meeting you're having is how do you stop this Paradise Panther baseball team? At the pace that they're at right now, they're going to end tonight 8-0.
Making sure I'm able to get everywhere I need to be.
I think they're going to end tonight 8-0 in district.
Thank you for encouraging me to try something new and pushing me to pursue AgMech. I have enjoyed working in the shot and creating new things to show.
Yeah, the Panthers sit at a 20-5 overall and a perfect 7-0 in district play prior to this game. They're sitting alone at the top of the standings. They've been dominant not just with the bats, but with the way they control the game. Aggressive on these paths, disciplined at the plate, and steady at the mound. Tonight is going to make them a perfect 8-0 if they keep up this pace. I've seen a lot of sports miracles, one of which I just witnessed with Paradise Lady Panther softball, where Brooke Limbaugh tied the game up 4-4 at the bottom of the 7th. The question now is, how does Pilot Point respond under this pressure? The Bearcats send their batter into the box. It's number 18, Mateo Villanueva. He has a 118 batting average, a 400 on-base percentage with 2 hits on the season. Mateo takes his second strike and is in the box with a big hit to center field. Caught as a pop-up fly by the center fielder. That's the first out for the Bearcats here in the top of the 5th.
Now batting number 15, Kirby.
Now batting for the Bearcats, number 15, Jacob Kirby. Mr. Kirby has a batting average of a 500, 1 home run on the season, 2 hits, 3 RBIs, and 2 runs in total. He's a kind of a power bat there for the Pilot Point lineup. I think center field's about 360 feet from home plate. That's a football field. Jacob Kirby on his first pitch of this at-bat has a big swing, but it's a miss. That's strike 1 for Kirby. Strike 2 there from Kirby. We're looking full service strikeout. I apologize. Paradise switch pitchers. Now pitching is number 11, Caden Hammonds. to send this ball game home. He's kind of turned into a closer of sorts for Paradise. Caden Hammonds with a Tom's Pool Service strikeout. I think his first time pitching was game 1 against Boyd, where he didn't allow, but I think 1 run, if he allowed 1 run. It was a really dominant performance for his pitching debut. Caden Hammonds now on the mound. 2 balls, no strikes. Changes that. Now it's a 2-1 count. Now batting for Pilot Point is number 9, Fisher Hastings. Hastings with a .316 batting average and a 418 on base percentage. Hastings has 18 hits, 11 RBIs, and 17 runs on the season. He's kind of one of the strongest offensive players Pilot Point has, and he's walked by Hammonds. Fisher Hastings is going to take his base at first.
Now batting number 2, Pickrell.
Which sets up number 2, David Pickrell, with a .453 batting average and a .517 on base percentage to step into the right side of the box, the right batter's box, and challenge Hammonds from the box. Hammonds throws a pitch that sails wide to the left side. Hastings with a leadoff of his own at first. A hit from Pickrell. Drops in the middle of the third and left fielder.
Now batting number 6.
That sets up Pilot Point to have a runner on second and a runner on first. Now up to bat is number 6, Fernando Marmolejo. Fernando has a batting average of .447, on base percentage of a .534. This season, he's got 21 hits, 13 RBIs. He's taken ball 1 from Hammonds. The Pilot Point runners on first and second seem to be taking a page out of Paradise's book. They're taking some pretty healthy lead-offs of their own. Fernando takes ball 3. It's a 3-0 count for Fernando. He's one of the top hitters on the team. He's looking for something he likes here. He doesn't see it. Instead, he sees ball 4.
Now batting number 1, Evans.
The Pilot Point Bearcats could find a way to stay alive here. With the bases loaded and a batter, Garrett Evans, at the plate, that totals 4 runs. The Panthers currently lead by 12. There's ball 1 for Evans. The Pilot Point here at the top of the 5th needs to score 2 runs or more to keep this ball game going. There's a bounce, and there's an out at second. Shortstop picks up the grounder, throws it to the second baseman, who tags out the second base runner that was running from first to second, and that is your ball game. In 5 innings, Paradise Panthers 12, Pilot Point Bearcats none. The Paradise Panthers really showed up and showed out tonight, both in softball and in baseball. They found ways to cover where they needed to hustle, to display grit and determination. Congratulations to Coach Fothery, congratulations to Coach Woodard, and congratulations to every member of the Paradise Panther baseball team on becoming 8-0 in district. The season is not over yet, as there are 2 more Paradise softball games. There are plenty more Paradise baseball games, as we have more baseball coming up in the season. It's really just been a dominant display of baseball and softball tonight from Paradise Panther Athletics. We're going to continue on with our post-game show. We'll be right back after this.
Barefoot Pools, your local expert in custom swimming pools and outdoor living. Led by Curtis Buckner and Charlie Johnson, Barefoot Pools specializes in custom in-ground pool construction, remodeling, repairs, and ongoing maintenance. From gunite pools and equipment upgrades to complete outdoor enhancements, their team is known for clear communication and timely project completion. Barefoot Pools helps homeowners turn their backyard vision into reality. NTX Varsity Sports is proud to be broadcasting today from the Barefoot Pools Broadcast Table.
Welcome back to NTX Varsity Sports. We're live from the Barefoot Pools Broadcast Table, where the Paradise Panther baseball team just put a dominant display of baseball perfection on. They beat the Pilot Point Bearcats 12-0 in 5 innings. Rather, I realized the mistake I made earlier. It has been a full 4 innings and half of the 5th to result in the score that we see on the scoreboard. I'm just reflecting on Paradise Panther athletics right now, where we saw Celeste Mass and Mackenzie Thompson both on base. Celeste Mass